A few years ago, I had an itch. To play Knights of Honor, and so I made a whole series about it. You may or may not have watched it. And at the time, I said that Knights of Honor is one of those games that you'll get an itch to play from time to time. And you'll take it off your shelf, and you'll start playing in the middle of the night, and next thing you know, it's 9 in the morning. You have no idea how you got there. You don't know what's going on because you were completely hypnotized by the game. You were dealing, politicking, trading, attacking, and trying to conquer all of Europe. It's just one of those games that is very immersive, and I have so much fun playing with it. At the time, I thought that Knights of Honor was a very niche game. As with anything on my channel, I record stuff that I like to play with little thought as to how popular something might be. At the time, I didn't think Knights of Honor was going to be very popular at all, but it ended up being the most popular series on my channel. In fact, video number 1 had over 70,000 views, which is my most viewed video of all times. For a small channel like mine, that's absolutely insane. That's like a sports stadium filled with people. So today, I am bringing you Knights of Honor 2. So 17 years later, after the original, a sequel has come out, and I am very, very excited to play it. I can't wait. That is enough of an introduction. Let's go ahead and begin a new campaign. So this is a grand strategy game, and you try to command a kingdom to take over all of Europe. There are multiple victory conditions. You could either essentially conquer the whole thing, or you could be voted as emperor. So from time to time, all of the most powerful kingdoms meet in council, and if one of them gets all the votes, they are elected emperor, and you can win the game that way. Or you can collect kingdom advantages, which you can get by procuring resources from all over Europe. There are minor conditions you can set as well, but I'm not going to worry about those because they just make the game a little bit shorter and have very specific conditions. The only thing I'm going to change is I'm going to put the starting date to 1360 just because the kingdoms are a little bit more established and stable at this point. And I am going to change the difficulty to very hard because that's how I like to do things on my channel. I want it to be very challenging. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even know if this is going to be possible. In Knights of Honor 1, one of the problems with the game was that it was super easy. In fact, you had to mod the game in order to be able to have any sort of challenge at all. But this game is very difficult. I've already put a few hours into it. I've played on easy and I've played on normal, and both were actually very challenging. So I have no idea how very hard it's going to be, but I suspect it's going to be very difficult. Everything else I'm going to leave the same, except I am going to pick a random kingdom, which to me is going to be one of the most fun things because I'm going to get thrust in here. I don't know what I'm going to be doing, and it's going to create a unique set of challenges. So if you look at all the kingdoms here, you know, I could start with Lithuania, which has 1 million provinces and is super powerful, and it's going to have unique challenges compared to, let's say I start as Flanders. That's going to have its own unique set of challenges. So I want to be able to adapt my play depending on what I get instead of picking something that looks interesting to me. So I'm going to put random kingdom, and we'll go ahead and start. Man, I can't wait for this adventure. Let's go. Okay, so it looks like we're Hungary. So Hungary is actually pretty powerful, I would imagine.
Political view.
Hungary, oh yeah. So all things considered, this is pretty decent because I could have started with like a 1 province kingdom, but it looks like I have multiple provinces here. So the game is paused right now. I hate when people don't get right into the gameplay, and I promise I will. But if you don't know what I'm doing, this is not going to be fun to watch. So I just want to explain some very basic things. This is obviously the map of Europe here. You have all the different kingdoms in different colors. Within each kingdom, there are provinces, which are delineated by these marks here and the little castles. So thankfully, I have a lot of provinces to work with, and that's going to be good. Next, let me go from left to right here. So here is my crown authority, which is how much the people within my kingdom respect me. And as you increase your crown authority, you get bonuses like income and defense on terms of espionage and stability. So that's all great. And then within the kingdom you have different factions. So you got the nobility, the army, the merchants, the clergy, and the peasantry. And as you improve your opinion with these, you get more bonuses and advantages. Or if the opinion decreases, then you start getting some disadvantages. Next, you have the royal court, which is arguably the most important gameplay mechanic of the game. So you can employ different knights to execute different actions within your kingdom. So you can employ a marshal, which is a military leader that will lead armies into battle for conquering and for defense. You can hire merchants, which establish trade routes for gold income, and they can also trade resources. Next, you have diplomats. Diplomats are a new addition to Knights of Honor 2, which I really like. In Knights of Honor 1, the only way to increase your relationship with other kingdoms is pretty much to just bribe them with gold. But here, you can actually do things domestically and externally with your diplomats. So domestically, they can increase the opinion of the different factions, which I talked about. And in the foreign scope, they can go to another kingdom's court and peddle influence to increase your favorability with that kingdom. And that's really cool because that's kind of how it worked in the Middle Ages. So, for example, England might send an ambassador to France, and that ambassador would live in the court of France and try to peddle influence there. And that's kind of how this works here. So I think that's really cool. Another knight can be a cleric, and a cleric will work on spreading your kingdom's culture, which is important for kingdom stability and preventing revolts and so on. And they can also convert people to your religion. And finally, once you conquer new provinces, you have to adopt the population, and you can do that with a cleric. Then finally, there are spies, which use covert means of infiltration to cause sabotage to other kingdoms. So they can cause bribing, they can cause instability, all sorts of things. You can even assassinate the leader of different kingdoms using a spy. So that's that. And then over here, we got the resources. We got the treasury with gold. Books are used to upgrade your knights and give them skills. Then you got your religion, which can be used for a lot of actions with the cleric. Commerce is something that's new and a little bit interesting. So you require commerce in order to be able to do certain trade-related tasks. So if I hire a merchant and I send them to trade, that costs 10 commerce. So I only have 24 right now, so if I wanted to have 3 trade routes, for example, that would need 30 commerce. And then there's food income, which is important for maintaining your army. And then there are kingdom levies, which allow you to recruit your army. Finally, I do want to talk about the royal court. I
present to you the royal family.
So here you have your king, and he's up here. He's a knight, and there are different attributes for him, and you can marry him off. So I have a queen, and then they'll start producing children. Princes are cool because you can put them in the royal courts, and then you can assign an heir. So when the king dies, somebody else succeeds him. And I think that's enough to get us started. So with all that out of the way, let's take a look at what we've got here and figure out what my strategy is going to be. In Knights of Honor, you're going to make a plan about what you want to do, and then the game is going to slap you across the face and throw you a million different things to deal with, and everything is going to turn into chaos. That's just the inevitability of this game. So what I want to do is for every video, I want to have very specific goals that I'm always leaning back on when things start to get crazy. So looking at my position here, I am thankful. I'm thankful because, again, out of all the random kingdoms it could have chosen, it gave me one that is already pretty well established. I could have, for example, gotten this kingdom with only one little province. That would have been very difficult. So I am thankful to have this, but the problem that I am seeing is immediately I am in Central Europe, so I am surrounded by everybody. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to deal with that. That's number one. So let me click on my kingdom, and then we can look here. And this is great. I have no enemies. I have no threats. So Hungary seems very stable right now. I have vassals. Vassals are great because they actually pay you money. So my income here, you'll see I am getting vassal tributes. So I'm getting 17 gold just by having these vassals here. And then I have friends, which are going to be kingdoms that are friendly towards me. So all those things are really good. It seems like I'm in a very stable position. So the next thing I would want to do here is to ensure that that stability continues. So I'm going to look around me here, and I will see that Germany, for example, is a very strong power to my west. And then I got Lithuania to my east. And so I think one of my primary goals is going to be to establish good relations with Lithuania and Germany. That way, I can secure my western and eastern flank. in case anything goes wrong here, for example, maybe Austria gets mad at me, I can have Germany to fall back on, and it can help me in a conflict. Same thing here in the east. And this is kind of northeast, so Poland is already kind of friendly with me. They're at war with Pomerania and Mason. Lithuania is at war with the Golden Horde, so they're going to be pretty preoccupied here. So I might actually establish relations with Poland and Germany instead of Lithuania. I don't want to overstretch myself and spend too much on diplomacy, because it does cost to peddle influence. So I might focus on these two for now to secure my northwestern area. And then since I already have a lot of provinces, I want to focus on establishing a really strong economy and army. So the goal for this video is going to be establish good relations with Germany and Poland, and I'm already there. I already got like friendly and trusting here, so I just want to improve it a little bit. And then my secondary task is going to be to start building a really strong base economy and have an army set up and ready to go. Those are going to be the goals. So let me get into the map.
Yes.
And let's see here. So I got all my provinces, and I can pull up the province list here as well. So, man, I got a lot. That is good. That's really good. Okay. So within each province, you have a town, which is where you do all the building and you control things. And this is what you want to siege when you're taking over enemies. This is the most important thing. And then you also have settlements around. So all these little circles here are settlements, and the settlements are randomly generated. So if I were to reload the game, this province may not necessarily have these exact settlements. The main settlements are going to be villages, crop farms, which are good for food, monasteries, which are good for religion, and castles, which are good for defense and your military. And depending on the settlements that you have in the province, you can extract certain bonuses from them. So that's important as well. Now, another cool feature of the game is that you can have one of your knights govern each province and get additional benefits from that. So all good stuff there. Okay, so let me begin by hiring a couple of merchants to establish some trade routes and do an economy. So let me hire a merchant here.
Fine day to trade.
And let me see. I already have 3 trade routes, and I'm going to trade with Germany and Poland since they're going to be my main allies here. So let me establish 2 trade routes here.
Fine people.
At your service, sire.
And now with Germany, so I'm going to be making good income. And now you can see, since I have 2 trade routes, my commerce is at 20 out of 24. So even if I wanted to just blast an economy and have a court full of merchants, I can't, because I'm going to need more commerce in order to do that. So the next thing is I can educate one of my knights. So ideally, if I want a strong economy, you would think I want to educate my merchants. So there are different skills that pop up here, and they give certain bonuses. But the other thing I want to mention is that when you educate your king, his skill automatically goes to level 3. Again, for example, if I wanted to educate my merchant in stewardship, let's say, I would first have to train him in stewardship 1, then stewardship 2, then stewardship 3, which requires a ton of books. However, if your king is the one that you're educating, it automatically goes to level 3, whatever you do. So I am going to do leadership for him, which increases army morale. And then I also get kingdom influence since he's my king, and plus 15% chance to avoid opinion drops. So I'm going to go with that for the king.
I feel wiser now.
Very good. Next, since I have 2 additional knights, I can actually have them govern 2 more provinces here. So I'm going to pull up my provinces. Or actually, let me go from here.
I cannot wait to hear your orders.
So he's not governing a town. And then you can see the bonuses here. So he'll get +1 gold in settlements, and then plus trade in villages depending on the character level. So I can kind of see what is going to be the best province for him to govern. So for here in Casa, there are 5 settlements. So that's 5 extra gold compared to Box, which there are only 2 settlements. So obviously this is a better place for him to govern, Casa. But let me go down the line here and see if there's any better ones. So this one is 6. So I'm going to have him govern Nitra.
Money will flow like a river to you.
And then the other one, I'll have him go to Casa.
I
So
will
that'll give me a
squeeze
few
every
bonuses there.
last piece of gold for you.
Okay, very good. So that's pretty decent for now. Next thing, I want to take a look at some of my provinces again and see where I want to establish some buildings. So I want to figure out where is going to be my military base. And I'm thinking it'll probably be here in Nitra because it has 2 castles. So here are a couple castles, which will increase my levies. Okay. And then I can figure out what kind of buildings I want to do here. So definitely need barracks. All right. So yeah, I might establish my barracks there, but it costs 1,300, so I might not be ready to do that yet. So let me establish some economic buildings. So my gold income is best here. Probably because my king is here. Hill Forts is great as well. Because it gives you increased capacity and levies, so you can really start stocking them up. Alright. But I think I'm going to start with a market square here, which is going to give me a base for income. So let me build that. And I think that's good for now. I'm trying to think what I want to do with the rest of my gold. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for my gold to go back up to 1,300, and I'm going to start my military right away. Just in case anybody chooses to attack, I want to be well positioned for that. Okay, so with all that out of the way, it's time to actually unpause the game and let it start playing. So I'm actually going to speed it up a little bit. And we'll just kind of see. So my merchants are still on their way. They haven't started trading yet. But now they arrive.
Established.
Very good. So now I'm making a lot of money, which is great. This is actually pretty quick.
Has been finished, sire.
This is very quick. We need to get 1,300 gold, and then I'm going to build some barracks. Okay, so we're at 1,300 gold. I want to take another look at the map, because I want to start thinking about, once I'm ready to start conquering, I want to see which way I want to go. I don't know. I'm so centrally located, there's not like a little corner I can run to and base myself out of. I'm thinking I want to expand south and then start waging war against some of the Islamic kingdoms, because religion plays a very big role in this game. You got the papal states, which controls the Catholic Church here, and so most of these kingdoms here in Western Europe are going to be Catholic, and so I want to be in good relations with Catholic kingdoms. Sometimes when you attack a Catholic kingdom, all the other Catholic kingdoms get mad at you, so I don't want that. So as I start conquering and expanding my empire, I want to be able to attack non-Catholic kingdoms, if that makes sense. So I'm thinking that I'll start my expansion to the south and go towards the Aegean Sea here, and then from there, go across the Mediterranean into North Africa and start my conquest over there. So I might want to establish my military bases on my southern provinces, just so it's a little bit quicker to get back into the fight. And actually, this province where my king is might not be the worst place. It's got good population to recruit from. Yeah, that might be good. That might be good. So Casa wouldn't be too bad either, because it's got the castles. Or I mean Nitra. But this one's in the northern end. And let me actually see if any of my provinces has access to horses. I don't know if there's a better way to see this. I think maybe if I go to the kingdom
advantages, sire.
and then train horses. So I can produce trained horses in Buda and Debrecen. So let me take a look again here. So yeah, I'm able to get horse breeding here. Okay, good. So I want to be able to have a cavalry. I want to have infantry, archery, and cavalry at the end of the day. But for now, I'm thinking about just going here in the north because I have 2 castles here and putting my barracks here. I think that's what I'll do. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's build the barracks here. Alright, and let's unpause. Got great gold income, which I am happy about. Then foreign merchants are arriving here in my court. So next time I want to focus on books a little bit. So I want to start producing some books and I want to see where it would be best. So again, I always like to come to the province overview and decide where's best to place a building. So if I want to produce more books, I want a place that's going to have good access to that. And it looks like Casa here has 2. So let me check it out. Yeah, so I've got a monastery here and another monastery here. So this is a great province to build, for example, a church, which will give me faith and books. So I'm going to build a church here. Now, the other cool thing to note is that the different settlements within a province are separated into districts. So military, population, religion, and farming. And these little number here kind of gives you an idea. So I know that there are 2 settlements that fall within the religious district in this province. So it's another way to kind of keep things organized.
We have erected a new building, sire.
The reason I want books is so I can quickly educate my knights. All right, so I guess my barracks are ready, and then you can upgrade your barracks. So the barracks by themselves, you'll see that I still can't recruit any units except peasants. Peasants are no good. First of all, they're not strong, and number 2, they require 3 population to recruit, whereas most other soldiers only require 1 population. So as soon as you can move away from peasants, that's good. So you need to build upgrades. So first of all, I'm going to build some Fletchers so I can start recruiting archers. The cool thing about upgrades in Knights of Honor 2 is that they're global. So once I upgrade the barracks to include Fletchers, all the new barracks that I build will already come with the Fletchers. I don't have to individually upgrade each barracks. However, once I upgrade something, it becomes more expensive to build. So whenever I go build barracks in a new town, it's going to be more expensive since they have Fletchers. But let me go ahead and build that.
A new construction has been finished, my lord.
Okay, looks like my church finished. And now I have enough books to educate again.
What a
So I might
fine day to
educate one of
trade.
these knights so I can increase my trade. So this isn't really going to give me any good trades. Logistics, stewardship will give me a little bit more gold. So +2 in town and +1 for each village. Let me see if the other one has better upgrades. So it'll get me more money from food export, but I'm not exporting any food. But this one's pretty nice. As you can see, navigation, I'll get additional gold per coastal town where the merchant is trading. And my current trading partner has 3 coastal towns. So that's a lot of gold right there. So let me start with that over here. Very good. So next thing I want to do is probably get even more books. So I might look to upgrade my church here. So I can get ink makers, but that's going to require charcoal, wine, and herbs, which I do not have. And then I need orphanages to be able to build schools. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to bother with a lot of that. I'm going to take a look and start trying to produce horses so that I can build a cavalry. So I'm going to get horse breeding next, but I need 670 gold.
An upgrade has been completed, my lord.
So let me build that. And then next, I'm probably going to continue upgrading my barracks.
We have received a diplomatic message.
So Bohemia wants me to attack Germany. I'm obviously going to decline since I'm trying to stay in good relations with Germany. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to want swordsmiths.
A new building has been finished, sire. Our queen has given birth to a beautiful princess.
So I got a princess, which I can marry off for influence to other kingdoms. Definitely focusing on the military early because although things are very, very stable for me,
at your fingertips.
On very hard difficulty, I'm a little bit scared that things will start getting messy real quick. So that's the main reason there. So the other thing I do want to talk about is traditions.
The king and his most noble family.
Traditions are a new mechanic in Knights of Honor 2, which give you a permanent bonus. So once you get a skill to level 3, so for example, my leadership is already level 3 on the king. Since he's a king, and if I upgrade it just once, it's already level 3 like I talked about. Once you have a level 3 skill, you can adopt it as a tradition. And you can see you get kingdom-wide effects. So this would give me plus 5 kingdom stability, plus 100 influence, and plus 3 army morale. So this will cost me 1,000 gold and 400 books. So that might be the next thing I do with my books, is getting that going.
A kingdom has formed a defensive pact against us.
So that's not good. So King Beryl of Bohemia created a defensive pact. Okay, so in case I attack them, other nations would be obliged to come to their defense.
Sire, we have completed an upgrade.
Okay, so I got swordsmiths, I got fletchers. Now I want stables. So I can build my cavalry.
A defensive pact against us has gained another supporter.
So it looks like Poland joined in, which is not good because I want Poland to be my friend. And now here I have the opportunity to expand my trade with Poland. However, it requires 10 commerce and I only have 8 left. So I'm going to say, let me think about it. And then I'm going to try to find a upgrade that I can build to hopefully get 2 more commerce and then I can start getting more gold. So let me see what kind of buildings. So markets give me 1. Sheep farms would give me 2. So that's good if I can get a sheep farm. So I'm going to build a sheep farm here. Let's do it. And that'll get me 2 additional commerce. And I am just making a ton of money right now. I am loving it. Absolutely. Let me take a look at my relations with my friends here. See, make sure it's not going down. So we're still friendly and trusting. So I'm okay with that. Even to my south, these guys are pretty good. I'm in pretty good relations with everybody around me, which is excellent. I'm just enjoying all this gold, man.
We have erected a new building.
So I need 1,100 gold and 600 faith to increase my crown authority.
Has arrived.
So Ragusa demands us attack Serbia. I can't do that. I don't want to get into a war. Definitely do not want to get into a war. Then let me take a look at what I can build right now. So my stables. Okay, I could get horse archers. And then the other archers require spear makers. So I might upgrade the barracks to include spear makers as well. And then if I create an armory, I can get even more advanced units. But these are higher upkeep. They're 2 food upkeep instead of 1. And you can see I'm not making as much food, but I can definitely expand my food infrastructure. So I'm trying to think if I want to recruit a basic army or if I just want to keep saving up to build more advanced armies. Let me see what kind of upgrades are available for the stables. Warhorse. So I need iron, I need leather for some of these upgrades, so I don't really have everything I need just yet. Trying to think what I want to do here. I might want to go ahead and build the armory. I kind of want to see what special buildings I can build in all of my other provinces. Unfortunately, it doesn't really show you on this screen, but I can go down the list. So there's a lot here in Buddha that I can get. Irrigation, fur trade, cattle farming, all sorts of stuff. Over here, hill forts, woodworking, mineral trade. What else do I got here? River trade, irrigation. Alright, I'm just trying to see if there's any cool resources. Flax growing would be good. I'm going to build this to get more commerce. And to get the flax field. And then that'll give me goods. That'll help me produce more goods. And again, goods are important because as you accumulate goods, then you can get kingdom advantages.
The kingdom advantage.
So you can see here, each kingdom advantage will require a lot of different goods. So that's why I'm trying to build these special buildings, is that I can slowly start collecting some of these kingdom advantages. Plus, this is going to give me the commerce, which is going to be good, so that's okay. Let me go back here and continue seeing what other things I can build. So I definitely am going to want a winery as well. Eventually. Horse breeding, metalworking. Sulfur. Fur. Herb gardening. Okay. Nice. So I think it's time for me to start working on diplomacy. Let me go ahead and hire a diplomat.
My quill is at your disposal, sire.
And he can start to peddle influence. But you see it costs 25.
A new upgrade.
And instead of having him peddle influence in another kingdom, I'm going to have him start improving the opinions within
to a
the
beautiful
kingdom.
princess.
So yeah, let me do improve opinions.
They will see
do
your
that.
good intentions.
A new building has
Got a
been finished,
princess.
sire.
And then let me see what I can do here in terms of another upgrade. I already got the stables. I'm going to want the spear makers for the cavalry. And then I think I can start expanding my food infrastructure so that I can support large armies. Man, I got so much gold right now. I don't even know what to do with all this. I might go ahead and build a winemaker here. Or actually, I might go with this. I might go with woodworking so that I can get barrels, which is going to be a prerequisite for a lot of things. So yeah, sawmills will give me barrels. I can also get charcoal. Yeah, let's build the woodworker. Okay, good. Crown authority, I almost have enough religion to build that up.
We have received a diplomatic message.
So Bosnia offers a trade agreement. I'm going to say no because I already got all my trade routes filled. However, trade agreements do increase your opinion with the merchants. You just don't want to give your neighbors any power if you don't have to. I'm going to go ahead and decline for now.
An upgrade has been completed, my lord.
So I got all these beautiful upgrades here. The next thing I'll want is siege workshops.
Has been finished, my lord.
So that I can build catapults for my armies. So I got the woodworking done here as well. So let me adopt the kingdom advantage, or the tradition.
Of rulers and his king.
No, never mind. It's 400 books. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so here, let me go ahead and get sawmills. That'll get me timber.
Sire, some of our provinces are left ungoverned.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot to put this guy in a province.
Sometimes diplomacy is the only way.
So let's see. So 2 settlements and... So 5 here. So this is a great place for him to govern. I'll get +5 commerce and +5 food. 5 and 5, 5 and 5, 1 and 1. So I'll put him here for now.
I hope that the locals are well-mannered.
Very good. And now I can increase my kingdom authority, my crown authority, as soon as I get 1100 gold.
A new upgrade has been completed, sire. We have increased our crown authority, my lord.
You also don't want to hoard too much gold because that is going to cause inflation, which you don't want.
We've improved our opinion with the clergy.
So I think this is the work of my diplomat. So yeah, diplomat Katoni managed to convince some of the religious leaders that King Laho's deeds are godly and necessary. So very good. So next, I do want to... I'm going to go ahead and build the armory because I do want to start building an army. And I think since I'm so stable right now, I have the luxury of having some time before needing to engage in any military conflict. So it's best for me to take my time and build a stronger army than just get a basic army in place. So I'm going to need 4,000 gold for that. So that's a lot of saving up I'm going to have to do.
A diplomatic message has arrived.
So Poland wants me to fight against Pomerania. And they already have the support of the Teutonic Order, but Pomerania has Mason on its side.
The world
so let me take a look.
Fingertips.
Where's Pomerania? Pomerania is all the way up here in the north. And then their allies over here. So yeah, I probably don't want to be messing with this. They'll accept the pact of non-aggression. I'm going to decline for now. Speaking of which, let me see if I can secure a non-aggression pact with Germany and Poland. Of course. Okay, good. So I got non-aggression with Germany. So my western flank is pretty secure. Although Germany does have a few enemies, so hopefully they can fight them off. And then Poland, let me see if they'll give me a non-aggression pact. Okay, good. So I got non-aggression pacts with both of them.
Any new deals?
So I have the opportunity to export food. it would cost me 20 food to get 40 gold. I'm doing pretty well on gold, and pretty soon as I start building an army, I'm going to need a lot of food, so I'm going to decline this opportunity. Bohemians are angry, and the Venetians are angry. The Bavarians are pleased, probably because of the aggression pacts.
View.
So the Bohemians, they're still okay with me, thankfully.
What is your wish?
Okay. So over here, I might want to get the barrels going, but I do want to keep saving up for that. The armory. I do want to produce books faster. I don't know why I'm only at 5.
Religion and culture.
Yeah, I need to get more. Let me bring up my province again and see where else. I already have stuff building here. I might want to build a library here. Or not a library, but a church. Just to get a little bit more book. And it's only 270. So I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and build a church here. Now, let me see the upgrades. Orphanage. Yeah, I might just go for... Man, that's expensive. I really want to get the armory. I hate when I have to save up a lot of money for something because it's hard not to spend that money that's accumulating on other things.
We have erected a new building, sire.
But it would be nice to get... Yeah, I would get 5 extra books if I built schools here. I would essentially double what I'm making. Man, that's tempting. That's tempting. I might do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for schools and then I'll build that armory. I think that's a reasonable plan, considering how stable things are for me right now. Now that I have 500 books, I can also get that tradition.
Wisest of rulers and his king.
So I do like the leadership tradition just because you increase your kingdom influence, stability, and your army morale. And those are things that I want to focus on because as I expand, as things get crazy, I really want to focus on stability. So this is a good one for me, and I'm going to take it.
Approved of our recent actions. Sire, we have completed an upgrade.
Okay, so I got that orphanage built. And then I can also upgrade to schools, but that's going to be 3,300.
We have received a diplomatic message.
Bosnia offers a trade agreement. I'm going to decline again.
The Pope has called for a crusade.
So, religion, like I mentioned, plays a big role in this game, and
The world at your fingertips.
the cool thing about the papal states is that the Pope resides there, and he has all sorts of powers, including calling for a crusade in which a Catholic kingdom sacrifices one of its marshals to go lead battles within Islamic kingdoms. So sometimes the Pope asks one of your marshal to do it, so something to keep in mind about that too. Right now, I'm just waiting for that gold to continue piling up. Oh, I forgot
I'm at your disposal, my lord. How may I serve you?
I forgot that this guy could expand trade. That's why I built all those things to expand my trade, so I could have been making more gold. It's not guaranteed that he'll be able to secure it, but we'll see.
Pleased our merchants,
Yep.
sire.
So he was successful.
According to plan.
So now I'm making even more money, which is great. Waiting for 3,300. It's a lot of money. Then Crown Authority, I need 700, but I'm not going to increase my Crown Authority because, again, I'm trying to save up all that money. Non-aggression pact over. So whenever a king dies that you have a non-aggression pact with, you kind of lose your relation in that sense. So the non-aggression pact is over. So I could try to re-secure it because I'm still on good terms with the new king. So let me offer non-aggression pact. Okay, good. So he signed it. We're good. Bohemians are angry and the Venetians are angry. That kind of sucks because when I re-signed it, everybody got even more angry at me, even though they were already angry initially. The other thing I'm worried about is that
of rulers and his king.
I have 2 princesses, but no prince yet. I really hope I get a prince. Thankfully, my king is still young, so hopefully that's not going to be an issue. I would hate to die without an heir. Trade opportunity to export food. Again, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm making a lot of money, and I'm going to use that food pretty soon here. All right, almost 3,300 gold.
Message has arrived.
Croatia offers a trade agreement.
Spotted a mercenary camp.
No thanks. And then there are mercenaries. I don't really care to hire any mercenaries right now. Let me build those schools. Let me take a look actually at what is in that mercenary camp. Heavy spearmen, feudal knights.
Has given birth to a beautiful
Another princess. That sucks. I really need a prince. Yeah, these mercenaries are super expensive for like the good units. So I'm not going to bother with that.
A new pope heads the Catholic Church.
New pope. So now saving up 4,000 for the armory. But now I'm getting a lot of books, and now I can actually use these books to train these guys.
Tomorrow will be richer.
So let me do stewardship for him.
A very wise investment.
And then trading is going to be pretty good, but I don't have enough books for that yet.
Our peasantry has improved. A new upgrade has been completed, sire.
All right, so now I'm making a lot of books, which is great. And I'm slowly increasing my influence with this guy.
I will make your name famous, my lord.
Let me see if I can make him even more successful. Yeah, so here we go. Rhetoric allows me more chance to successfully improve opinion, so that's going to be good for him. And it'll also give me one more book.
Yes, I love reading.
So I might max him out on that. Yeah, I think we're gonna have some really good units once I get the armory built and upgraded.
We have received a diplomatic message.
So while Lockheed wants a trade agreement, I'm going to decline. I'm going to keep declining these trade agreements for now. Venice was destroyed by Genoa. Let them fight their wars while I build my kingdom stability here. That's what I say. So I could increase my crown authority. I have enough faith and money for it, but again, I'm saving up for that armory. Although I'm going to max out on my faith here pretty soon. That's okay.
A letter from the Pope requires your attention, my lord.
Oh no. What a glorious day, my child. We are preparing a crusade that will see our names recorded forever in history as saviors of Christianity, and you have the honor to support it. 1,600 are expected from Hungary as soon as possible. So I'm going to accept because I do want to be on good terms with the Pope. And sometimes you can look here and the knights in your court will offer their suggestions. So they're all giving a little green thumbs up. They think I should. I see no reason for us not to accept. So I'm going to accept.
The clergy applauds our recent actions.
So that sucks because that kind of sets me back on that money that I was saving up.
A mercenary camp was spotted within our lands. Our queen has given birth to a beautiful
Another princess. Oh, that's not good. Because now I have 4 princesses, and I think 4 is the most you can have. So I'm going to die without an heir, which is going to be a big problem. That's unfortunate. Okay. Okay. Well. So, by the way, once you reach a cap here, like my religion is capped, you start spilling over into gold. So, you see I'm getting +3 gold instead of +20 piety because I'm maxed out. So, it helps my income a little bit. I'm thinking about just increasing this and... Nah, I can't get distracted. I need to build this armory so I can start building my army. I just have to wait for that 4,000 gold. A new king rules over Germany again? What happened to their king? How did he die? Did he die in battle or something? Well, let me try to offer a non-aggression pact again. Genoans are pleased and Bavarians are pleased. Okay. I'm going to keep educating this guy in rhetoric. I think for level 2, it's going to be 400 books. 500 books. I need to wait for 500 books there.
Sire, we've spotted mercenaries camping in our lands.
All right, finally got 4,000.
Have met their demise.
Now let's go ahead and do the armory. Finally. I might want to hire a cleric for my court, because sometimes you can send them on missions to Rome to improve your relations with the papal states. So yeah, might as well hire a cleric.
Good day, sire.
Plus, that'll help him govern a province. That'll give me even more bonuses. So let me find a good place for him. So it looks like it doesn't really matter in terms of how many monasteries you have there. Just anywhere will do. I'm gonna put him there
in accordance with the ways of God.
Now, I can start spreading my culture, but you can see it's super expensive. It's 55 gold, and that's not really very beneficial for me at this point. So, I'm not going to do anything with that. I'm just going to leave him here and wait for opportunities. So, I have opportunity to export food, and again, for the same reason that I'm going to start building an army soon, I'm not going to do that. I now have the 500 books to increase my rhetoric, so I'm going to do that.
Read makes me better.
I'm going to have to get upgrades for my armory once it's done building as well.
Message has arrived.
Transylvania wants a trade agreement. I'm going to decline. Got a lot of money, thankfully. Should probably increase my crown authority. But I do want to get started on the upgrades here for the armory, too. And they're pretty expensive.
A new construction has been finished, my lord.
So, I'm going to need heavy armor smiths, first of all. So, yeah, let me start with that one. Let me see how my relations are. Sympathetic, friendly. Just making sure I'm not getting any people angry around me. Okay, I think we're good. Cleric opportunity. So I can send him to Constantinople. Okay. So he will study in the sacred library. So sometimes he might come back with some books if he's successful. So I'm going to accept this.
I've prayed you'll send me there, sire.
See if he does okay. Alright, so yeah, with the heavy armor smiths, I'll be able to get all these units here, which is going to be nice. And then I'm going to need master armors and war stables for the feudal knights. I don't want to really shun any foreign merchants.
Our peasantry's opinion has increased.
Nice. So I'm getting very good opinions here. So there's a diplomatic mission to Rome. That's what I was talking about. I can increase my relations with the papal states. If you remember me talking about the diplomats, how you can send them to foreign courts to increase your influence, that's true for all of them except for the papal states. If you send them to increase influence in the papal states, they'll do it, but it's just very slow and ineffective. The way to increase your relations with the papal states is actually through clerics and doing missions to Rome, stuff like that. So I'm going to say let me think about it because he's currently on another mission. Once he gets back from that, I'll send him to Rome.
We have received a diplomatic message. We've strengthened the opinion of our army. An upgrade has been completed, my lord.
If you'd like, you can marry the duke to the princess, which is crazy. Because, so the thing with the princess is, if you marry your princess to another kingdom, your culture spreads more, which is good for you. However, once your king dies, they'll have a claim on some of your provinces. So usually, when you marry off a princess, you're expecting something in return, not the other way around. It's not like I'm marrying my princess and giving him money. That's ridiculous. So I'm going to decline. Now, especially since I'm going to die without an heir, since I can't have a prince,
the king and his most noble family.
There's going to be a lot of conflict when my king dies, which is going to be a problem. And if one of my princesses is married to somebody, they're going to have a strong claim on my lands, and I definitely don't want that. Okay, so I'm going to need 2,700 for the war stables.
My mission failed, but my faith is strong.
So unfortunately the cleric failed, but I'm going to send him on that mission to Rome next.
I have so much to learn on this mission.
I'm actually going to start building my army here. I'm going to get some heavy archers. Yeah, let me think about my army composition. I actually don't know what a good army composition is going to be. I don't know. So maybe I'll do like 3 archers, because the marshal will be able to hold 8. So I'm thinking like... no, I don't know. Maybe 2 archers, 2 infantry, and 2 cavalry. That's 6. So let me do 3 archers, 3 infantry, 2 cavalry. Or maybe I should do 2 archers, 3 cavalry, 3 infantry. Because one of my cavalry I want to be horse archers. And then maybe 2 feudal knights. So yeah, let me do that. Let me do 2 heavy archers. And then I'm going to do horse archers. Yeah. Horse archers, and then I'll do feudal knights.
A mercenary camp was spotted within our lands.
Another religious mission to Rome. I'm going to say let me think about it. Once he gets back from the original one, I'll send him.
Merchants in our kingdom applaud our actions, sire.
So my diplomat's doing great at improving all this. He needs to start improving the nobility here. Unfortunately, you can't pick what he improves. But let me get him to rhetoric level 3. Now let me see what the rhetoric tradition gives me.
The royal family.
So that'll give me plus 5 book income, plus 100 kingdom influence, and plus 5% chance to avoid opinion drops. That sounds pretty decent. I don't know if I'm gonna want that one though. There might be better ones that I want to focus on. Courtesy, maybe, I don't know. But you know what? I've been recording for an hour. I think this is a great introductory episode to the game. I hope you're excited about it. This was thankfully a good situation for me. Usually I'm having to deal with a lot more problems initially, but I guess I got lucky on the roll because Hungary is just very stable. No enemies anywhere. I was just able to kind of sit back and build, and then hopefully that puts me on good footing to start conquering, hopefully soon. So I think that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.